Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday, June 27th, 2025. I almost said 2024. That's the kind of week I'm having. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies. Right now it's primarily cross-stitching and cross-stitch finishing, but I also do like to sew, and I am starting to dip my toe ever so slightly into the pool of quilting, and I do enjoy paper crafting. I like to make greeting cards, gift tag holders, treat boxes, that kind of thing. If you are returning, welcome back. I thank you so much for taking a minute to stop by and see what I've been up to. This week I had a fully finished object, and I had 2 new starts, some progress on my whips, and a haul. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I will share all of that with you. Today we trained our adult volunteers for our day camp program. So I've already been to work, and it was much nicer weather this time than it was a month ago when we had the teens out. It was the hottest day of the year when we had the teens out the first weekend in May. Today we had overcast until literally it was time to clean up. So no cooking in 97-degree weather. It was a perfect high 60s, low 70s. Everything was great. We are approaching our last week of school here in this area, and that means day camp starts a week from Monday. Ready or not, here they come. So we will be ready. We are almost ready. We're training staff today and tomorrow and next weekend. So we're well on our way. Let's go ahead and start with my fully finished object. I took Friday off just because nothing seemed to be going right for me. I was really on the struggle bus pretty much all last week. And so I looked at my boss and I said, I would really like to take Friday off, especially since I'm working like 4 Saturdays in a row. And she's like, oh my goodness, take the day. And so I checked with my employees. I'm like, do you need any support? Do you need me to be here for anything? And they're like, no, we've got it. I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to take the day. So I did. It was lovely. I slept in a little bit. I played with the dog. I did not walk him, but I did play with him. I paid some bills, which is always so great. I did do a little bit of work, teeny tiny little bit. I hopped on and checked my email. And I tried to take a nap, but that didn't work out so well. And I did a finish, and in the evening I did some cross stitch. I did not do as much stitching as I thought I would for being off the whole day, but my day was perfect. I stayed home. It was quiet. Nobody was pulling me in a million trillion different directions. It was lovely. And then I brought the dog out here into my craft room, and he is not trained yet with a screen door because we had one and he kind of went through it. So we haven't replaced the screen door in the back door yet, and I don't typically have my screen door pulled. But yesterday when we were out here, my son had to take care of the lawn, and so I closed the door, but beforehand I had the screen door open, and the dog he went up to it, and then I'd be like, no, and he kind of stopped and he looked. He could see that there was something there this time. It wasn't just, green go, it was, he could see that something was there. So I'm hopeful. I'm really, really hopeful. I also bought a device, and it came in the mail, that is supposed to do like the dog whistle. So when he barks, I press a button and he stops. He's like, I don't know what that was, but he stops barking and it redirects him. So it did not do so well in the crate today, when he thought when I was putting my shoes on that we were going for a walk, when in fact I was just going to work. So it did not help this morning, but it did help last night. So I'm hopeful that it will help in the training, just to kind of get him to understand that when he's barking and I say no, I mean no. He also pulled, I don't know that he pulled a possum, baby possum, off the wall. Oftentimes baby possums will wander into the yard. And this one got a lot of love. Maybe a little too much. And it was not playing possum. It was dead. So we had a dead possum, baby possum, which is so sad because they're so cute when they're that little. But nonetheless, we took care of it and moved on. So I finished in the afternoon yesterday my monthly weigh-in for November. I used a fabric, this fabric, the plaid, I had in my stash for a very long time. I have a lot of it. This tree print has all of the colors that are used in the piece, and they're naming all the different trees. And I thought, you know what, why not? But I do love how it turned out. And then this is the month. So that is a finish. And then I did, before I started, I did spill some water on it, but thank God it's only water. So I mopped it up and I, put a towel and pressed, and it's so warm today, it's already drying. This will go on my monthly weigh-in up here, and I will put magnets on the back when it's November and I'm ready to put it up there. So I have a fully finished object. I'm very excited about. New start. My new start is pillow number 3 in the Grand Old Flag 2 by Brenda Gervais. So I have already done this one and this one. So the only one that's left is the flag. And so I started that on Thursday. I did not get a lot of stitching on it done on it on Thursday because my cousin's stepson was graduating high school, and we went to have dinner after the graduation. We couldn't make the graduation, but we definitely made the dinner, and it was a lovely, lovely evening. So on this I did change the color. The color that she chose was Cadet, and my Cadet is very on the teal side. It's definitely more teal. So I'm thinking they must have changed their formulation or something, because I really need a new board. It reads more teal. I wanted a really light blue. Not a super light blue, but I wanted a lighter blue for this set. And so I changed it to Winnie B Blue by Weeks Dye Works. So you can see it's definitely more blue. It's lighter. So my colors are Winnie B Blue, DMC 22, and DMC 3023. Those are my colors. I am stitching this one on an Unknown Mystery fabric. I think it's a 36 count. I think it's a 36 count. It's a really nice neutral. And this is my start. So that is the full length of that pillow, of the design. And that's how far I got. We got home pretty late. I don't even think I might have stitched a few things a few stitches when I got home. But it was pretty late and I did wind up just going to bed. So excited to get that done. I did purchase this as a kit from, I want to say, Farm Girl Dry Goods. And it comes with the backing fabric. And it also comes with a very teeny tiny gray rickrack that I really don't like with the pillow. I don't think it goes very well at all. If it was closer to that 3023 color, that beigey, taupey beige, that would be one thing, but this is not. So I haven't used that. I'm keeping it with the kit just in case, but I'm not going to use it. And it's so tiny, I'm not sure I can make it work. So there's that too. But I've got fabric, so I'm ready to make the next pillow, and then they will all match. I'm hopeful for a finish for summer. Maybe not by the 4th of July, but maybe before we get too close to fall. The other thing that I started is a Teresa Kogut pattern. It's the February 2024. My printer was running out of ink, so it's not a very good picture, but I thought I want to get a couple of these smaller pieces done. I think they'll stitch up quickly and get out of my stash. So I started Sweet by Teresa Kogut. And I'm using the called for flosses. Pretty sure, I don't think I swapped any out on these. Chart for the other one. This is how you lose things. I decided I wanted to stitch this one on a little bit darker fabric. And so I pulled out 40 count Needlebling, Broomgrass by Needlebling. Can you tell I'm still tired? And I picked this fabric up at Liberty Hill Needleworks last summer when we were on vacation. They are located in Virginia, Williamsburg, Virginia. But that's how far I got. And I am so happy with my fabric choice. And I think he looks amazing. Not quite done with the bird. I just have the eye to do, and I think there's an outline around the eye. And then he'll be done. Strawberries, the vines are coming out of his beak, and kind of off on the back side there'll be strawberries, and then another bird at the top, and a couple of trees, and then the bottom that says Sweet, and it'll be done. So it really should not be, it should not take a long time to do this. It should be a pretty quick stitch. And I'm loving the way that's turning out. I may have to switch a floss. One of these might be too close to the fabric color. If I do that, I will write it down and let you guys know. So that's it for new starts. I worked on 323 a little bit last Saturday. These are the colors that I'm working with right now, the color palettes. I'm trying to finish page 1, which is bringing me over into page 2, and I believe page 4 or 6. Maybe 3. I don't know. But this is my progress. I'm stitching this on 40 count optical white linen. So what I did is I came in here and I think I did these 3 motifs right here. I love this. I love the colors. I'm so happy I decided to stitch this. Not sure where it's going to go. I'll probably take it to work and hang it at work. But I do love it. So I'm almost done with page 1. And then I will move on to page 2. I kind of want to go the whole width. And then I'm going to drop down and start working on the bottom half. So some of these colors are for that bottom half. It is working up pretty quickly, I will say that. I don't think it will take me long because typically I can sit and get 10, 12 motifs done. So it doesn't take very long at all once I get going. It's a good project to pick up when you don't have a lot of time, because if you can just get a couple of motifs finished, it's a really satisfying accomplishment, because it's not like you're leaving a motif halfway done. I mean, of course you can, but if I can just get that motif that I'm working on finished, then I can decide, do I do another one or do I put it down? So it's really nice because you feel like you have little mini accomplishments. 324 little mini accomplishments. I pulled out Lily. And I'm pleased to say now I have 2 frog's legs. I am stitching this on 36 count Veins of History linen by Live and Die LA. This is one of the fabrics I picked up when I went to the Pacific Stitching retreat that was hosted by them. I am using the called for colors. So now I've just started the task of filling in the dress. But look at those legs, they're so cute. I think she's gonna work up bigger than I thought she was, but I love her. And I'm excited to get her finished. I'm excited to work on all of the animal crackers, if I'm honest. I made a wish list, and I just figured, gosh, if my husband's like, what do you want for blah, 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 then I'd be like, I need all of these, because it's a lot. Let's see if we let him buy what he wants to buy. It also would be fun to buy 1 or 2 and just have them kit up and ready to go. Patriotic Quaker by Primrose Cottage. Let me digress for just a moment. She released, if you belong to their newsletter, the first Thursday of each month, they do a new release for a free stitch. They call it Free Stitch Friday, but it's released on Thursday. And then the first Friday of every month, they release, I think it's the first, it might be the second Friday, they release a free quilt pattern. this month's stitch is round and patriotic and really, really cute. I'm so excited to stitch it. And I bought the finishing kit. They put the finishing kits on sale a couple weeks before so that you have time to get it and you can start it. Some people are already posting, they're done with it, and it's so cute. So anyway, so if you haven't done so already, you can only get it by being on their newsletter. So sign up for their newsletter. I don't know if they will send it to you mid-month or after it's been released, or if you have to wait till the following month, but it's definitely worth it. I've liked more of her charts than not that I've picked up through the free stitch. So Patriotic Quaker by Primrose. I'm working on this for the second time. I've already stitched one of these pillows. I gifted it to my mom, and now I'm making mine. I am stitching this, I believe, on the called for fabric, which is a 32 count light taupe Lugana. It's the same color. It's the same color that I used to make my mom's, and I love the size. And here we are. So I finished this motif. I started working on this one. I added that, and I almost finished the outside of that motif. So it doesn't feel like I got a lot done, but I really think I did get a lot done. I think I stitched that star too. So we're almost halfway done. I am really in the patriotic stitching mood now. Not even so much summer, just patriotic, red, white, and blue. I did purchase an extra finishing kit so that I could finish mine. So it came with floss and a little felt square and the finishing fabric. So I'm very excited to be working on that. I think it would be great. My mom has hers up year round, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to make one for me. So I finally started it. I pulled out this Bees Got Knees by Kathy Haberman of Hands On Design. And I did do some frogging. I did not stitch properly. I'm using the called for colors, but I changed my fabric color. I'm using Sleepy Hollow 32 count linen for this, but I do love the colors. I think the colors on this linen are gorgeous. I was a little concerned about this purpley blue. It is DMC 160, but it actually shows up. So I don't think I'm going to change it. We will have to wait and see. That piece that I've stitched right now is for the bottom. And I changed the they had a dark gray, and I substituted that for black because my fabric is black. But I'd like to get this one fully finished by the end of the summer or before the end of the year. So I need to work on it a little bit more. I had to frog. I had the white of the flowers done. I had to frog that. I had to frog these. I had to frog these two. Just frogging away. That's what a lot of my time was spent doing that day. In real life, the colors really are popping off of this fabric nicely. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to look completely done. I'm enjoying the stitch quite a bit. Hopefully I will also enjoy the finishing. And last but not least, Seaside Tiny Town. I could not get this one across the finish line. So maybe this weekend. I got it very, very close. It was just getting too late. And, you know, if I didn't have to work this morning, I would have stayed up late and finished it. But I chose to go to work rested rather than, you know, accomplished. But here we go. I am stitching mine on a 32 count linen, what is the color? Oh, Polar Plunge. This is the second time I've started it. The first time I only got about that far done. So now I'm pretty much done. I've got the final building in. I just have to put the weather vane and the whale in. I have to add a cloud here, do the seagull eyes, and add the beads to the crabs, and it will be done. Oh, and the roof line on this building here, and the chimney. So it looks really cute. I am going to finish this one in a drum. So now what I need to do this weekend is I need to find the fabric. I hope I didn't give it away. I have a navy blue fabric that has tiny little anchors on it. And I think it will be perfect for this, but I have to find it. I don't think it's out here. I think it's, if I still have it, I think it's in the garage. I need to go find it. Because I really want that fabric to finish this piece. And that fabric was a Joann's fabric, so I won't ever be able to see it again. Okay. Okay. I think I am good to go. Okay. I picked up from Cost for Rise Martha's Bird. So Kim, I have it. Have you started yours? Should we stitch them together? I love everything about this bird. I love the fabric. I love the colors. It is stitched on Havana linen, 40 count Havana. I don't think I have Havana. I don't know that I will order Havana, but I do have straw. I wonder if I have enough to finish it. I don't know. So I picked up that. I picked up the Mingo chenille trim by Lady Dot Creates. Mingo, I guess it's supposed to be like flamingo, but it's not a bright pink. It's really a subtle rosy pink. That's very true to color. So I picked up that. And then I picked up flosses to finish projects or to fully kit projects to start. So I'm good to go. This is the color for one of Brenda Gervais that she coffee dyed, but I don't want to coffee dye the whole skein. I mean, this is a beautiful variegated turquoise color. Robin's Egg is what it's called by Weeks. So I think I'm going to substitute this one out for the other. I bought it anyways just to see. I think I'm going to substitute it out maybe for like Cadet or something a little darker. We'll see. And then I bought a bunch of fabric. Most of this fabric is, you know, for a piece. And some of it just looked pretty. All of this came from Hollis Hands Create. I picked up 32 count Seafoam by Weeks. 32 count? No, 36 count Seafoam by Weeks. It's a beautiful light green linen color. I don't, it's beautiful. Like a dress would be so stunning out of that. I don't know that I have anything planned for this specifically, but I do know there are things out there that I would like to do on a green. So I picked up that green. I picked up 36 count alabaster by Weeks. This is a Zweigart base. Just a nice creamy neutral with a very light modeling. I like it a lot. This is for a project. And then I picked up a 40 count gray by Weeks. Which cracks me up because this does not say gray to me. This says tan. But I don't dye the colors. I don't name them, so whatever. I picked up 40 count legacy linen by Picture This Plus. This is very modeled on this side. It's a little more subtle on this side, I think. Well, maybe not. But a nice big piece of that. A little bit of a peachy undertone to this one. And I picked up a 32 count legacy. So I wanted the two different counts in that color, so that's why I chose the legacy. They're a little different. They must be different fabric bases, but look at the color. This one's a little grayer than this one. I'm sure they're different dye lots too. And then I picked up 32 count charcoal. Oof, that's very thin. This one is going to be for a Patriotic piece. So, and it's stitched on a black. I didn't want black. I wanted a charcoal. So I picked up this linen. And we will see the colors should pop off. Like these are some of the colors. That might be really close. We'll see. So I got my fabric in. So now I'm ready to finish fully kitting up my projects that I set aside that I've been looking at in my partially kitted basket for quite a while. So I'm probably going to have quite a few new starts. And that's okay. I think that'll be fine. And a lot of them are Patriotic. I also got my Weeks Dye Works Floss Frenzy shipment from Fat Quarter Shop. Pamlico, Parchment, Paris Green, Pea Coat, Peach, and Peach Fuzz. And the colors are really pretty. That green is so bright. So I think that is it. I don't think I have anything else to share. I did all of my haul, so that's good. Yeah, I think that's it. I do want to say someone asked a little bit about the Jingle Ball. So I wanted to just take a minute and talk about that. Stephanie Webb from, is it Stephanie Webb? Stephanie from Lindy Stitches. She does a virtual retreat. She's doing several this year. A big one is the Jingle Ball, and the last couple of times, she's done it for 2 years now, I think, maybe 3. It's the first weekend in December. I believe it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's a virtual retreat. It's very reasonable to get a ticket to get in, like $10 reasonable. She has guest designers that will design a Jingle Ball exclusive chart that you will get, and some of them will do finishing classes, a meet and greet. So there's different classes that you can take. You have to pay for them. That's where it gets a little pricey. You can buy finishing kits for these pieces if you choose to. Sometimes you pay for the class and the kit comes with it. Sometimes you pay for the class and you have to purchase the kit separately. They have a bunch of different rooms where people just sit and stitch. So there's, they call them like stitching tables, I think. But what it is, it's like you go into a room and they've got like a list with all the different, like names of the tables, table names, and you pick one and go in and check it out. Everybody's very nice. They have speed dating, which is actually kind of fun. At first I thought, that sounds weird. But it was really kind of fun because it's a half an hour session and you talk to a different person every 5 minutes. So it's not a lot of time, but it's enough time that if you want to continue the conversation with someone, you can say, hey, let's stop, and it will keep you, I think, hooked up with the same person. But it was nice. I got a chance to meet some new people doing that. And then they have general, like they have entertainment and the general ballroom. So it's a lot of fun. Her spring mingle I participated in for the class only. That was nice. And I won't be able to do the summer because I will be out of town. But if you have a chance, go to Lindy's Stitches. Spring, summer, midsummer retreat or something it's called, midsummer mingle. I'm not sure what it's called, but you'll see her virtual retreats. Check it out. If you want to pay the $10 for the ticket, you get in, you get the event, you get admission to the event, and then you get whatever free charts the designers are doing. And the ones are smaller, like maybe only 1 or 2 designers, but it's fun, and it's a different way of doing retreats. And if you can't leave your house or you don't want to spend the money to go to a retreat, because that can get pricey, you for sure can do the virtual. You can come and go as you want. You don't have to. It is a little challenging for me on the West Coast. She does everything, I believe, on East Coast time or Central time, which means like the first time I popped on it, I was very disappointed because I'm popped on at like 5:30, 6 o'clock when I got home from work. Well, not realizing that was really like 8:30 or 9 o'clock her time. So I missed a lot of the fun. And then Saturdays and Sundays are hard for me because I've got other things that I have to do. So if you're interested, I would check it out. I think everybody should at least experience it once. And it's reasonable enough that you can. And yeah, that is the Jingle Ball and the Spring Mingle and the Midsummer, whatever she's calling it. So she's got several scheduled for the year. And it's a lot of fun. If you don't know her, or know of her, her videos are entertaining and a lot of fun. So, and she's a good person. You can just tell. So that is it. This week coming up, I do have an evening meeting on Thursday, but I should still be able to get some stitching in. And I do have training on Saturday. I actually have to qualify our new staff, so I will, and I have to do an orientation in the morning that day. So I might not do a video next Saturday. It might be Sunday. So that's what's going on this next week. And if I do wind up taking a day off beforehand, which I don't anticipate, but if I do take a day off, maybe I'll film a video then. But it probably will be Sunday, because we're getting to the point where I can't be taking off a ton of time until we get everything off the ground and running. Okay, that's it. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a great week ahead. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye.